From West Virginia is head coach Jen Greeny, a veteran leader with years of experience building competitive programs. She enters her second season with the Mountaineers as they look to bounce back here in 2025. Also with us is junior middle blocker Maddy McGath, who joins us from Morgantown. Thank you for joining us here today and spending time on Big 12 Media Days.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, let's talk about this team. You've got some key returners, a handful of transfers coming in, and a freshman setter. So how has the team come together only a few weeks away from first match? What's it looking like?
Yeah, we're really excited for this squad. Like you mentioned, we have 5 transfers and some freshmen joining us as well. So we're really trying to just build on, kind of taking over this program, trying to build just from what we started last year and trying to get better every single day.
You've had so much success bringing in high character student athletes. What do you prioritize when trying to build the team culture?
Yeah, well, we have centered on our 5 core values that we have had throughout building 3 successful programs. And so really trying to find high character student athletes that are good students that really want to work hard and be the change to really turn programs around.
Coach, obviously bringing in a freshman setter, you've done it before. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges and then also what you're excited about as you see someone coming in that might be new running this offense?
Yeah, well, we have, Sarah Pfiffner, a great setter coming from Texas, but we also have Alexis Finvold coming back as well. So we're going to have some good competition in that setter position. Possibly run a 6-2 as well. But anytime you have a new setter coming in that is as talented and has had great success like Sarah has, she's such a quick learner, but it also helps Alexis get better as well. And I think our setting position, and Maddy can maybe talk to this as well, has really improved. And so it's really exciting to see both of them compete. But as far as Sarah goes, she's a great athlete and a great setter, and we're just really excited to have her join our program.
As you mentioned, Alexis, also Cassidy, Layla, Maddy, some of those returners that you're going to have, how important has it been for their role to take on that leadership, bring that experience to the court as you bring in transfers, you bring in freshmen to continue to form that continuity and chemistry?
Yeah, well, one thing that's really great about these returners is they have bought in just really great at a high level. They are hard workers. They're great leaders on and off the court and great communicators as well. So it's really amazing just how much better they have gotten just in 1 year of training.
One of those returners right next to you, Maddy, had such an impressive season last year, leading the team in hitting percentage, being in the top 2 in both kills and blocks. What has been your focus in this offseason?
Yeah, so for me, right now it's just gelling with my teammates and getting better, in the weight room with our strength coach, and really emphasizing the 5 pillars that Jen talked about, and showing these freshmen and the transfers, what West Virginia volleyball is all about. We want to get good reps and hold our standard in the off season so that when season comes around, we're ready to roll.
Well, and I think talking about taking that step forward as you continue to build, what does this team need to do this season to make that jump and take that step forward?
Yeah, I think right now during preseason, with preseason starting a lot earlier, we just need to, hammer out all of the details and the little things. We talk a lot about perfecting the little things so that when we do get into season and things, get a little bit more stressful with travel, academics, those little things just come naturally. And then the rest will follow, the skill will follow. And then really like getting our team connection down, it'll just, come on the court.
You talk about building the little things. With so many fresh faces joining, what have y'all been doing off the court to help that team chemistry?
Right. Well, we hang out a lot off the court. We're always goofing around during water breaks. If we're getting treatment, we have some movie nights, some girls' nights. I really think that this transfers when we're playing on the court. You can really see that our connection is strong.
Well, Coach, let's talk about your schedule just a little bit and dive into kind of what went into some of these matches that you have scheduled. A lot going to be on the road, so battle tested on the road as well. And what are you looking for from your team early on to see the progress?
Yeah, I think with so many new faces, it's important in our preseason to have a good mix of, some tougher competition and maybe some matches where we think that we can, play with our lineup a little bit as well. I think volleyball as a whole throughout the country is just growing so rapidly that, every team is getting better. But we definitely, because the Big 12 has so much travel involved as well, we really want to get used to being on the road and being successful while we're on the road as well. But, hopefully we can get a lot of people gelled and some playing time so that we're ready to go into Big 12 competition with a strong lineup.
Coach, you're entering your second season now as head coach and in the Big 12. What are some things you learned last season? What were some highlights that you feel like you could take into this season and moving forward as you decide how to navigate this second one?
Yeah, well, Amy, you and I go way back, and building programs is something that we really enjoy doing. So really last year, I think it was being patient and trying to hit the transfer portal and getting some good freshmen in as well. But just, being patient and knowing that it's a process and it's not going to happen overnight. And we want to build it the right way from the ground up with a great foundation. And that way it can be sustainable over a long period of time. We actually had no one that we lost to the transfer portal. We only gained from the transfer portal. And I think that says a lot about our returners, really buying into what we're trying to do and get better every single day.
Coach, that's something that's so impressive and almost unheard of, is losing nobody to the transfer portal. When we're in an era of the transfer portal, what do you think has been the biggest key to retaining those players?
Yeah, I think just trying to create a competitive environment and an environment where we focus on the process, and it's not just about the wins and losses, but it's about the little victories that we can gain every day. And like we mentioned with these returners, that they have really bought in and they see the big difference that we're trying to make from when we took over. And I think the addition of a new strength coach and our new athletic trainer as well, we take a really holistic approach to the entire student athlete, and not just on the court, but academically, graduation and going off and trying to create a career as well. So really trying to create that family atmosphere.
Maddy, you've got a lot of teammates returning with you. Can you talk them up a bit? What's so great playing about these amazing players that surround you?
Yeah, like Jen was saying, we're all just bought in to this rebuild that we're trying to, make happen here at West Virginia. We talk a lot about our 5 pillars, and something that's so great about all of us is we can hold each other accountable, but we also have so much respect for each other, and so we can take the feedback. Some of my teammates, they might get on me or something during a drill, during a game, during practice, whatever, but they know that I can take it, and I know that they're trying to make me better. So I think we have that mentality, which makes us a really strong group.
And a lot of that can be developed off the court. So are there things that you've been doing in the offseason, maybe this summer as a team, that's helped build that chemistry on the court?
Yeah, so this whole summer, June and July, we've been doing open gym and lifting every single day. And with the new transfers and freshmen, talking about our standard that we like to uphold and, getting them familiar with the standard that we returners have, bought into is really important, just to get us all on the same page and get them prepared. So when preseason started and the coaches came, they already had an idea of, what was about to go down during practice and just how we could get better.
A lot of new additions. You talked about how you've been in the weight room and doing a lot of stuff on the court in this off season. Skill-wise, what has been the focus?
Like I mentioned earlier, just hammering out the little things, ball control, minimizing our unforced errors, which I think is something that we've already improved tremendously compared to last year. So yeah, we talk a lot about ball handling and that kind of what's next mentality, getting everyone on the same page. Oh, if you make a mistake, what are you going to do after that to bounce back?
A lot of different places to play in the conference. Maybe you haven't gone to all of them yet, but what are some favorites for you guys looking ahead to this season? Any favorite places to play besides home, of course?
Of course, nothing beats Morgantown, but I loved playing. I have to shout out the Kansas State as a whole. K-State and Kansas is a great atmosphere to play in. Yeah, but also like just going out to BYU and Utah, seeing another part of the country, that was pretty beautiful. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think I have a unique perspective, and quite a few of the coaches in our conference actually have a unique perspective because we were in the Pac-12, and then now we're in the Big 12 together. So I know, last year I had been to Colorado and Utah, but a lot of our team hadn't. It'll be the same kind of going to Arizona this year, and things like that. But we're excited to spend a little time in Texas. We'll have to take our boots along, or at least I will. But it's been fun to kind of reunite with the Pac-12 coaches, again, former Pac-12 coaches that are now in this conference, and we're all together. But yeah, nothing beats Morgantown. I'll just stick with that.
Maddy, I wanted to get your opinion of playing for Coach Greeny. Is there anything that Coach does or says that kind of makes you guys laugh, or what is it like playing for Coach?
I was actually thinking about this earlier. Today, one of our assistant coaches, Mike, I think it was Mike, he asked Sarah Pfiffner how old she was, and she said, "Oh, I'm 18." And Jen goes, "Oh, we've been coaching longer than that." And then she just like looked down. But she always jokes about how like this is not her first rodeo. So, we need to listen to her and buy in. Like, believe it or not, she knows what she's doing.
And Coach, this one is for you. For fans who haven't been watching West Virginia closely, how would you describe your coaching style?
Oh man. I think pretty fiery, passionate. I don't like to lose too much. But at the same time, we know this is a building process. We've been working really, really hard just as a program to get out into the community. We had record-breaking camp numbers this year, for youth coming in to Morgantown, and our players did a phenomenal job working camps. So I think for me, we take a lot of pride not only in our day-to-day, playing activities, but involving the community in our program as a whole. We have season tickets on sale for the first time ever this year. We got TerraFlex last year. So it really is not just about the wins and the losses, but building it, like I said, the right way and from the ground up, and involving the community. And that's what's so great about West Virginia is, West Virginia University is the flagship of our state, and we just, love the support that we get here. So want to get some more people out as well.
Well, that being said, obviously recruiting a huge part of being a coach, and you're out there looking at thousands of young players. What do you specifically hone in on? What's important for you to see if you're going to bring them to your program?
Yeah, for sure. Besides, being great athletes, of course, we want really solid people that, believe in our 5 core values and want to make a difference. I think we have a good 26 class coming in that has some really good talent in it, some good hitters. I know, probably physicality wise, we're not the tallest team right now. But we are trying to just get more physical, more athletic, quicker, doing things like that. So, as we grow this program, we just want to keep recruiting players as good as or better than the person they're maybe going to replace. And so just getting out there and finding people that really want to be the change and, make a name for themselves. They're not just another player that's been through the program, but maybe somebody who helps turn the program around and get us to the NCAA tournament.
Head coach Jen Greeny and outstanding middle blocker Maddy McGath joining us with West Virginia. Thank you so much for taking the time. We look forward to watching you this season, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up.